Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I want us to analyze, and examine the recent trip of Ibrahim Traoré to Moscow. Yes, it wasn't just an ordinary trip, it was something that actually got the world shaking. This is what happened. Every year, Russia celebrates their Victory Day celebration in commemoration of their victory over Nazi Germany in World War II. And as they usually do, they invite their allies and their partners and their friends around the globe to join them in the celebration. In fact, as a matter of fact, I think it's one of the holiday or it's one of the victory that actually projected more Russia into the global superpowers. Even though Soviet Union then was a global superpower, but after the dissolution of the Soviet Union, this holiday celebration is actually one of the victory that also projected Russia as a superpower after the Second World War. So it's a special holiday in Russia that they don't play with. They always honor it annually. And this particular day falls on May 9th every year. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me take my time to welcome you to Timeless Time channel, a platform where we talk about global governance, leadership, and development. We look at it from the perspective of different angles. And like I said, it is a platform where you can get your global current affairs, current update, and analysis. My name is Dominic Waja, and you are at the right place for your current events, analysis, and update. So, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this thing, I will encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. That way we keep the channel growing, others people can hear the message, and that also motivates me to keep on creating more content. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to watch the video clips that actually the arrival of Captain Ibrahim Traoré at the Moscow and his meeting with Putin, and also some of the interview that he was granted. But before that, let me give you a quick overview of it. So, as Moscow always do, every year they invite their partners and friends around the world to join them to actually celebrate their Victory Day in commemoration of their victory over Nazi Germany. And this year wasn't an exception. But actually, there was something that got the Western world, the French, and even Africa ourselves shocked, because it rarely happened and we've barely seen that. Something that no one could have imagined cannot be imagined, or no one could have even think of, has now become reality. And that is to say, Putin himself dispatched his presidential jet, fly from Russia all the way to Burkina Faso to pick Captain Ibrahim Traoré. And I don't think any African leader has ever been treated or welcomed in such a manner like this. And that is what left many questioning. To many, if you ask, depending on who you ask, will look at it as a security threat, especially coming from Western world or the French. And to Africa, Africa look at it like, well, it is a strategic move. It is a bold declaration of sovereignty and on the path towards recognizing Africa's dignity and respect that we deserve. And it is a fight or a move for justice. So, different opinion and different view on these issues. Having said that, that is a general overview of it. And meeting with Putin, they also talk about economic cooperation in areas of development, agriculture, and key sectors of development that would benefit them mutually in the Sahel region and Burkina Faso and African continent at large. So let's get into the video and analyze it and examine what actually went on and its implication on geopolitics. So guys, like I said, this is the video and this is the arrival of Captain Ibrahim Traoré ahead of the holiday celebration. And this is clearly sending a signal to the whole world that this guy is not alone. And this guy is respected. And I think Putin liked the braveness and the courage that this guy took to develop his country or to put people first on the line. And I think it's clearly a message that Putin is telling the world that, hey, this guy is not in it. Look, he's still in the same dressing format with guns and around his waist. You see, look, you can see clearly that he still have his gun. And I mean, even in Russia. So that tells you that, yeah, it's also a clear message of respect, Putin showing respect, dignity. And this was his meeting with Putin in Moscow, where they talk about their relationship, on how to improve their relationship and how to improve and strengthen their relationship with the Sahel region and Burkina Faso, of which they Putin welcomed him, for him honoring the invitation, trusting and respecting him for that call. I think here they also spoke on issues of economic cooperation and in key areas such as agriculture, health, technology, and industrialization of the new region, the Sahel states, and how they are going to strengthen and deepen their ties on their way forward. So this is a clearly move of dignity and respect and new dynamism in the geopolitics. Hello guys, let me know in the comment section your thought. Ibrahim Traoré being flown to Moscow and in that VIP treatment that no one had ever imagined, we have never even thought of it before. Let me know in the comment section your thought. So the big question is it a turning point for the Sahel state claim of their sovereignty? How far is their relationship going to move on the way forward? And are the Western world happy with it? Well, the question is not whether the Western world are happy with it or not. The question is it an independent and a sovereign state? Yes. So that means that if it is an independent and a sovereign state, they have the right to choose their choice of partnership. And your enemy cannot be my enemy. You see that? So that is the game here. So I think as a sovereign nation and an independent nation should have the right to determine the direction of your path and take the destiny of your country into your own hands. So Ibrahim Traoré journeys to Moscow is clearly a declaration of sovereignty and independence of the Sahel state and their right to take the development of their countries into their own hands and no longer in the hands of the so-called the colonial masters. The relationship of child-parent or the colonial masters of a servant-master relationship is over, and that is a clear message. On the other hand side too, Putin is telling the world that yes, this guy is not alone and he means business. So strategically, we now see the world eyes on Sahel region because the Western world have their eyes over the Russia, the Eastern Europe, which is the Russia. They also have their eyes on the Sahel state, and it's like it's now at the central point of they are at the central point of the hottest place on planet right now. Let me put it, because the tension is right now over there. But whether be it or not, I think Burkina Faso and the Sahel state still have their right. It's within their right, and it is their sole sovereign right as individual state to determine where and who they want to partner and make business with, and no longer being as exploitation ground for other people to come and exploit and take their resources and leaving them in a state of poverty. So guys, I thank you so much for watching this video, and kindly like, subscribe, and share this video, and that way others people will get it to know and then the message. And it also motivates me to create more content like this to the audience. I thank you so much, and you are welcome to Timeless Time channel.